All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants, where it is just yours truly, just Mike. And to my right there, over here yonder, is Bad Karma Josh. And below us is the Marker Strong Style Phil. How the fuck are you guys doing tonight, man?
Fucking A, dude.
Dude, put your phone on silent for fuck's sake, bro.
Oh, that's me. That was mine.
Yeah, put somebody's phone on silent. Jeez, man. It's ruining our fucking nights, bro. But anyway, so before we get started, Phil has something to get off his chest. So, Phil.
All right. So I see Conan's trying to stir some pot against AEW again. He's apparently saying that AEW is trying to do a smear campaign against the Lucha Brothers who are leaving AEW, and obviously they're going to the WWE, and they're actually going to the main roster. Fuck you, Conan. They've been with AEW for years. They're one of the OGs. They have nothing but I'm sure the people are gonna miss them, but you know what? It is what it is. You're just buttered because TK doesn't want to work with you. You rather work with more of CMLL than your carny ass. Fuck you, Conan. Fuck you too, Disco Inferno. You fucking kiss ass stooge. Fuck both of you, man. I used to be a fan of yours as a kid, Conan, but all you are is just a tribalistic piece of shit, man. I'm sorry, but I was a fan of yours as a kid, and I just lost a lot of respect for you, man. And also fuck Ringside News as well. You fucking drunk alcohol. You're a drunk alcoholic. You need to get your life together. Go fuck yourself.
Damn. Triple H's been going on a downward spiral as of late, as I've seen it, because they haven't given they're kind of branching out. They're having some wrestlers actually this weekend. They got like 4 women from Triple A wrestling in Chicago. I might go see that. So
okay, that's good. And Phil, your rant is over, I'm assuming.
I feel better.
Feel better, Phil? Feel better?
I feel great after that.
Yeah.
Well,
and Phil's rant was sponsored by
W
Energy Drink, everybody. If you like to get a rant on every now and again, make sure you got W in your system, because you never know when the urge hits you to go off, and at least you have a little bit of caffeine fulfill your rest of your day, I guess. But anyway, moving on from that, I'm going to piggyback off of your rant about the Ringside News guy. He was stirring some bullshit about the Mercedes Moné, Britt Baker, and Saraya bullshit about how there's a lot of backstage drama and all can basically consist around Mercedes Moné. Mm-hmm. And I think it's fake news, basically fake news, but it could be a half news story, because maybe
we don't know the full details. I'd rather not know the full details.
Hold on. Maybe TK and some of the other powers that be are like, people really hate Mercedes and let's get her more heat. So
they're probably getting worked.
I mean, that could be a very true statement that they gave it to a dirt sheet bullshit ass fucking Ringside News. I mean, who subscribes to that?
Alcoholic. He even went to jail for being drunk in public, or was it a DUI?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, Tyreek Hill just got arrested and then released on his own reconnaissance.
Oh yeah, I heard he got fired from TNA, and also there was another guy that. There was also something about this other wrestler, this Hispanic wrestler, that got called out for basically touching a lot of women inappropriately and stuff. And I forgot his name.
About that. I don't know. Tyreek Hill is he's a wide receiver for the Dolphins, not a teammate.
I'm talking about this wrestler though.
Yeah, that's what I was like, Philly. What are you talking about, brother? Like, hold on, time out. No. Yeah. How about them Bears? I heard some Texans killed some Bears this weekend.
Oh man, you know what? It's honestly, it was the offense. They were messing up, but they had a chance at the end. But oh well.
Let's go Texans. Hee haw.
No.
Hey, the Packers won, dude. I'm surprised we won. So congrats to us.
Yeah.
But no, speaking of crazier things, but speaking of ringside news, like I said, though, we were talking, like I said, the Saraya, Mercedes Moné, Britt Baker shit. Don't feed into it, man. Don't look into it. Just let it.
Why would you listen to a fucking alcoholic, anyways? A drunken, miserable piece of shit.
The thing about it, Phil, is every dog has its day. Maybe that's his day. And if this is his first big break on news stories, cool, man. I'm happy for him. But just for example, let it sink in just a little bit that it could be fake news and not even go on a tyrant and say fuck him.
Even Saraya denied it. She was talking about it on her Twitter and everything.
But again, it's a dirt sheet, okay?
Yeah, all dirt sheet.
People.
There's even rumors that Britt Baker and Adam Cole broke up.
Who cares?
That's their personal business.
That's their own deal, man. Like I said, though, this all is stemming from all the backstage drama, all the news that's coming out of AEW is, oh, dude, there's still backstage drama, is because there hasn't been any backstage drama. You feel me?
They're looking for basically they're just looking for yellow fucking journalism.
Look, Ango even said it better than this. People hate watch AEW. They hate watch it. Oh, dude, do you remember watching? Has anyone ever seen Major League 2, the movie? Have either one of you seen that movie?
I haven't seen that movie.
Many moons ago, man.
Remember the guy that sat in the bleachers, which was from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Oh, they're gonna blow it in the playoffs.
There's always hate watchers. Those guys like Alfred. Those little geeks online. That there's even this guy that basically hosts a fucking. He has like a podcast, but it's like a fucking ridiculous puppet show.
But hear me out though, man. Just hear me out. Just listen to this.
I am.
No matter what they say or do, they've never had any exclusives. I haven't really had any exclusives. Only thing I can tell you is what I know from what people tell me, like, hey, keep an eye on this, or hey, keep an eye on that. And I ain't allowed to disclose no information because guess what? I don't even know if it's really going to be true or not. But everything I have been getting has been leaked because it hence the scapegoat title. And there's some other shit going on too. There's from what I understand, FS1 got a TV show from AEW.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Everybody's been hearing about it. But the funny thing about it is AEW is keeping it tight-lipped. Shockwave. Maybe it's not on FS1. Maybe it could be on Amazon. Maybe it might be on something totally different. Maybe it might be on ESPN. Who knows? But Shockwave is a thing that happened. And this is my own personal opinion on this. Whenever Shockwave does fruition to something, either FS1, Amazon, wherever the fuck it goes, it's going to be a big deal because then they're like, oh, they only got $100 and some odd $100 something $million from WBD. But what about this other deal they're getting money from now? And what does that constitute? What are the circumstances that they're getting from this other?
They're probably getting the same amount like as from Warner Bros. Discovery, and I think it's around $200 million, which is still pretty good.
Which it is and it's not. Look what WWE sold the rights to Raw for on Netflix, $6.4 billion.
Yeah.
For what?
$6.4 billion.
Wow.
But on that same token, though, on that same note, everybody in any other country other than America can watch Netflix and stream pay-per-view, SmackDown, NXT, all that through Netflix. We're the only motherfuckers that had to have cable. and Netflix. Literally,
Oh yeah.
we're the only country that has to have both, which is shitty.
So SmackDown is going to Netflix as well, or
Internationally it is.
Internationally, everything's going to Netflix. NXT, SmackDown, Raw,
and even the PLEs, except
what we need to do, we need to get that
on the cock.
What we need to do is get that that
Nord
app
VPN.
Get that international.
It's called a NordVPN, Josh. That's what we need is a NordVPN.
Yeah, so we can watch all that shit for free.
Not for free, but you pay for a Netflix subscription and get to watch it for free. Well,
I got a Netflix subscription, but
that's all you need.
But I need an international one, not the.
You don't need a VPN for that. You still if you can switch to a different country and everything. You can just watch. You can watch things that have been blocked from the U.S. that they're showing in other countries.
Yeah. Speaking of which, has anyone watched Heels yet?
I've watched the first season. I never watched the second season. I need to rewatch it though. I just watched episode.
I'm already on episode 6 again from the very first beginning. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the show.
I never watched it yet. I know it's good, but I haven't. Like
the rabbit hole is nice.
This past 7 months, I've been watching everything, so my time is starting to wind down. So
you need to watch it.
You know what? It just dropped on Netflix
2 days ago.
I can watch it.
A lot of wrestling content has been showing up on Netflix, including there's that Dump Matsumoto movie I really want to see.
Yeah, it's out now. It came out the same day as Heels.
Oh, really? For those who don't know, Dump Matsumoto is one of the first female heel wrestlers. She also trained Bull Nakano.
Yes.
He's also a WWE Pro Wrestling legend and Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And on the 25th, there is a 6-part documentary series on Vince McMahon.
Ooh, that's.
Yeah, apparently,
and everybody's been worried about that. Like when that drops, how's that going to affect the Netflix deal?
Oh, here's the thing. Apparently, they didn't ask JR to do anything on it. You know why?
He don't work there.
Exactly. He knows a lot more shit too. To think about it, I think W has something to do with it.
Something like that, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go talk shit."
Well,
I think JR is still a little loyal, so I don't think he's gonna.
Well, after the incident with Dark Side of the Ring, I think that's the reason why the incident with the plane ride from hell. I think that's the reason why they
stay away from,
because of all that nuclear heat that he basically spilled out and everything. He basically buried WWE on the plane ride from hell.
Well, he didn't just bury WWE. He buried Ric Flair. He buried Vince. He buried anybody that was on that plane.
Oh yeah.
Well, it wasn't his fault. They were acting like a bunch of man children.
But if you recall correctly, in the first season of Heels, Wild Bill shows up on an airplane drunk as shit with a supposedly WWE belt that had neon lights on it and shit, like a big ass toy belt, butt ass naked with his dick showing, just like Ric Flair. It reminded me of Ric Flair from the plane ride of hell.
Oh god,
this shit was so much funny, dude. And then he got canned from the company up north. They wouldn't even say the name of the company, just the company up north, because they're in Duffy, Georgia. So. In the FWD, which is Mike O'Malley's show or territory, Josh, you need to watch it, dude. It's a great show. The rabbit hole is beautiful.
Yeah, but I know Michael. I'm surprised he has not made an appearance on any wrestling program trying to promote this shit.
Well, I mean, when you have Stephen Amell doing what he does best, and he's good friends with Cody Rhodes, and he's good friends with fucking CM Punk, it's gonna write itself, man.
Apparently, the advice he got from Triple H was like, slow it down. If you think you're slowing it down even more slow, why?
Slow it down a little bit more.
I couldn't do that. I want to go all out, like strong style. That's just me.
But is about so we got the wrestling news about TV deals and everything. So, do you think AEW is getting stiffed on this, or do you think it's going to be beneficial?
I'm gonna be honest, man.
It could bury WWE.
Not with 200. No, man. No,
you can't. Yeah, there's no. They've been saying that for years, so I would not say it's not going to bury.
Phil, look, this is $6.4 billion. Here's 190 or close to 200 million. There is
Everything's going to be fine from this. This is probably. I mean, these are people that have been long gone from the company, so there's no way that the company can get canceled.
Who?
WWE, they can't get canceled.
Yeah, no, I ain't worried about that. I'm talking about the money that WBD is giving Tony Khan and AEW is way less than billions of dollars. In my personal opinion, this is the way I feel about it. The way to make money, and everybody's like, well, dude, get this. Their pay-per-views will be on Max. Nobody watches it. Nobody watches Max. Do you watch Max?
I do.
You watch Max with or without ads?
HBO Max?
Without ads, yes, I do.
You watch it without ads. Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you then. You're one of the few 100,000 subscribers that watch it without ads. The majority of people who watch Max, Netflix, Peacock, Paramount have ads. The only two I don't have ads for is Peacock and Paramount. You know why? Because it's cheaper without than it is with. The other two is drastically way more expensive. I'm not even joking.
I got Netflix, and I know when Raw goes on the air, they're going to have ads.
But if you don't have ads,
when I'm watching Netflix, is like I don't got ads.
Okay, so what I'm saying is when they go live whenever Raw goes live on Netflix, if you have Netflix without ads, from what I'm understanding is you get to watch it regardless. Like the commentary never stops.
So sort of like AEW on TNT. The app.
Is. Yeah, but you're only going to have 2 hours because Raw is getting knocked down to 2 hours.
Oh. So they're probably going to finally cut down on the goddamn promos.
Good.
They have to. And
because I was actually timing now. I said I didn't get a chance to watch a lot of wrestling this weekend, but past Dynamite and past Raw, I'm actually timing is like Raw. Like AEW, I think they spent at least a total of maybe 20 minutes in total on promos.
I swear, that's what I hate to say.
It was like 10 minutes. The other night it was like, hey, you, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Let's fight. You know, shit
that's
like
the
that.
thing I don't like about the Raw 3 hours. They could have added a lot more matches, but no, they decided to make more promos.
Ain't it like a third? There's no reason to have. Because honestly, if I'm going to a Raw, I want to watch matches. I don't want to listen to a motherfucker talk for 25 minutes. I mean, 25 minutes you can have 2 matches,
maybe one good one,
or one good one. You know,
at least cut the promos to at least like 10 or 15 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean. A lot of people love
a good 10-minute promo, maybe 15 if it's 2 people.
That's how they did in the Attitude Era and everything. That's how I remember when they had like 10 or 15-minute matches and everything back in WWF during like when I was watching Raw. It just felt special.
It did, but I mean,
now they prefer fucking soap operas.
Well, I mean, that's what wrestling is, man.
Not all of it. It's also a sport.
It's a sport with predetermined outcomes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, I don't mind storylines. Don't get me wrong. They have to make. I'd rather have balance. That's what WWE does not have. And
well,
AEW, I give credit
WWE
to like
has story, dude. WWE has better stories than AEW. They do.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only reason why it keeps me. WWE keeps me interested, is there's a couple stories that I'm following.
And then they're really good.
I just want to
AEW is
highlight,
getting,
you know, there's one story I do like is the Bloodline story is getting interesting because you know Hikuleo's coming in pretty soon, and I love the Gorillas of Destiny. I just don't like the way Triple H is booking them. Though.
No, yeah, I agree with that. It's like
it's
like they got them
so
working with Roman Reigns, and the Gorillas bashed Roman Reigns the whole entire time they were in Japan. I was like, wow.
They even bashed the fucking Usos as well when they were in Japan. Now they're making them. Now Triple H is making them look like a bunch of pussies, like a bunch of weirds. When he's like,
not really, man. If you think about it, it makes sense. It's long-term storytelling, because even in Japan they had issues with the Bloodline, and now they're part of this storyline, and now it's coming to fruition where we all know what's going to happen. You know, the Usos and Roman Reigns and maybe Jacob Fatu are going to be on the same page. And then you're going to have on the other side, God, Solo, and the end boss. Or I'm sorry, the final boss, The Rock. Because it makes sense. And everybody's like, well, what about Sami Zayn? Why? You don't need Sami in this storyline anymore. Don't get me lying to you. I thought what Sami Zayn did in the fucking Bloodline as being an honorary Uso was fucking crazy.
He was an honorary
hilarious, actually.
He was an honorary back when he was in NXT. I mean, he actually was good friends with the Usos back when he was in NXT. So
he's a great friend of all of those guys. So
yeah. You know they're all friends in the background.
Yeah, man.
He's honorary.
You can see he was having a time. He was having the time of his life, fucking making him crack up and on live TV.
Yeah, I mean, he made Roman Reigns do this.
Yeah, he's like, you're not feeling Uzi?
Yeah.
He's like, stand right here, because he's like, you're going. If I'm going down, you're going down.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it was cool, man. I mean,
Uzi part made me laugh
because I mean, it was like ad lib. It wasn't supposed to be there.
That's because Sami Zayn is brilliant on the mic. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant wrestler.
Yeah, and
I love any work he's done. I even admit that comedy match he had with Johnny Knoxville was pretty funny.
It was a thing.
It was all right. I just didn't like the fact that Sami Zayn lost to Johnny Knoxville. That was just.
He didn't care. I mean, hell, Big Show lost to the Floyd Money Mayweather.
Then again, Jay Leno lost to Hulk Hogan.
Huh?
Road Wild 98.
That was horrible. That one.
It's Jay Leno versus Hulk Hogan. I mean, I see that.
It was Jay Leno and DDP versus Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff.
I thought Karl Malone was in that. No, it was Karl Malone and DDP.
No, that was Bash at the Beach 98.
Yeah, but that was Karl Malone and DDP versus Hogan and somebody. Was it Dennis Rodman?
I think it was Rodman, yeah.
And that's when everybody realized Rodman could fucking wrestle. Which was crazy as shit. Not only can he fucking go out and get rebounds, but he can fucking throw down in the ring too. Everybody's like, what the fuck? I was one of the guys that were like, the Worm. I'm like, Rodman's at Nitro?
Godzilla.
Why is Rodman at Nitro?
Because they were at the United Center.
Yeah, and not only that, he was wearing an NWO shirt. I'm like, why is Rodman wearing an NWO shirt? I'm like, it never clicked. And he's like, yeah, you're an honorary member of the NWO, and you were in it for life. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
sometimes if you catch interviews with Dennis Rodman, said former Chicago Bulls champion and former member of the NWO.
Yeah, It ain't no former to it, dude. He's a member of the NWO still lives.
For life.
I mean, for life, dude, for life. Because I mean, think about it. Hogan's still living, Nash is still living, Six Pac is still living, Big Papa Pump, Bagwell, Bischoff, Mr.
Joe.
Yeah.
Even Bischoff is still bashing AEW for getting even they're not getting another TV deal.
Listen to this, Phil. Everybody's going to bash one of the companies or both of the companies or all the companies in general. But when it comes down to this is, like Bischoff has even said it, even in his 83-week podcast, no matter what anybody says, you can't take away that they're on TNT. You can't take away that they're on TBS. You can't take away they're from a nationally, actually globally funded network.
Mm-hmm.
It's global, man. And as much people want to talk shit about it, cool. They might be doing shit ratings here, but what about rest of the world? What about rest of the world? Let's talk about that. Like, hell, we already know in England they're fucking huge. We already know in fucking Australia they're getting bigger because they're doing a stadium show in fucking Sydney.
And also look what they're going to be doing in Japan in the beginning of next year.
So I mean, they're doing stadium shows, and people are like, well, they ain't gonna sell them out. Fuck, dude, they sold out fucking Wembley Arena. They sold it out 2 years ago. Oh, no, they sold out 2 years in a row.
Dude, they even sold out the all out. And
yeah, but my point is this: everybody was saying, well, they didn't sell it out 2 years in a row. They weren't trying to sell out at 2 years in a row. They wanted it to be a big deal the first year, and when they did it, the second year, they still sold over almost 50-something thousand tickets.
Yeah, that's no joke.
When people call AEW an indie show, I'm just like, you realize they're on national television, right? So how could they be indie?
Well, like Bozzy said, you know, they're doing stuff on their pay-per-views that cater to a different type of audience, which is more deathmatch style, deathcore, and they do
Japanese strong style as well. They also do lucha libre. They do all that.
But what everybody is saying about it is it's more of a freaking cauldron or a mixing pot, if you will, of a lot of different styles. They don't have just one. They don't have one style. In WWE, you have one style, not two, but one style. And it ain't just sports entertainment. It's how much money can you make us? It's how much money you can make us, and how much money and how well you can get over with the crowd. That's what That's what WWE style is.
Basically, soft style.
Money.
It's money, man.
Soft
Everything
style.
they do is about money. They're letting Def Rebel go. They want to do more mainstream music with a lot of artists, which is, in my opinion, smart. And like Angus said, why don't they just go and hire their own fucking producers and start their own fucking record label? They've done it before. In the 90s, they did it
WWE or
Jim Johnston.
Yeah, Jim Johnston was one of the creators behind all the WWE music.
I say rehire him.
Yeah, but here's a little controversy about that. When the guy that did all the like Stone Cold and all that, when they finally let him go and he tried to get a job somewhere,
AEW.
It's like, you got no credibility anywhere. It's like, yeah, I did all this music, but it's like, but the thing is, with that is like his name is not in credits. Like, you know how like at the end of a show they show all the credits list. He's done it in none of the credits.
He should be.
That kind of hindered his job work after that.
Well, I mean, he did a little bit of work for TNA. He did do some work for TNA.
And Ring of Honor. He wrote PCO's theme in Ring of Honor,
which is now used in TNA. But just like Christian Cage's theme song was the same one he had in TNA on AEW. So people are like, well, yeah. Well, Jeff Jarrett has his own. He owns the rights to that.
Well, it's his world.
And I think they had to re-record Christian's one.
No,
I think they had to re-record it. I don't think it's not the same.
It's the same one.
Re-record
it. If they've done anything, they put new stuff in the beginning of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because his music, man, whenever it first hit in TNA, man, everybody was like, "Who is it?" And then it was Christian Cage. Everybody erupted. Now, whenever they hear his music, they automatically start booing.
Yeah,
And it's because he sucks. It's because of how much heat he has. It's insane, dude.
What did you say to the audience? Like, shut your mouths or something. Let me conduct my business.
Yeah, talking about it. Then he talked about Bryan Danielson's wife. If he had CTE, I was like, whoa, bro, come on. Like, if you think Christian Cage can go no lower, man, he finds a way to do it.
Oh, you know what? I would love to know.
I'll be right back.
The talking point is like, because they got to discuss this. It's like you just can't just go out there and say that shit.
And what about this, man? Nigel McGuinness is going to be at fucking.
Oh no, yeah, I saw that. I was like, but don't he got like fucking
Oh,
what he got?
About
Nigel McGuinness wrestling Danielson at Grand Slam, and
yeah, that's what we're talking about. But don't he got like what's that fucking
Hep B?
Yeah. That's fucking contagious, man.
Hep C is contagious. Hep B, you can take pills and get rid of it. He took all the pills and stuff, so he's not contagious.
Really?
That's why he left, and whenever he got found out he had Hep B and TNA, dude, there's a lot of articles about it, and him wrestling at All In, dude, that was a big thing. Like everybody, like you said, like, oh my god, he might have Hep B still. No, man, he took all those pills and all those vitamins and all those antibodies and all kinds of stuff.
But he's cleared to work. But damn, man, it's like you don't know how. The last time I worked with a coworker and.
Oh yeah,
he had Hep C, and he's like. We were trimming some bushes in the back for because we ran out of work, and the boss was like, "Here, you need to do something." So we're trimming the bushes in the back. He's working a chainsaw. The chainsaw slipped. It slipped into his leg. I'm over going to get ready to bandage. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute!" It's like I can't touch him.
Oh, guys, I got some other good news. By the way, I found out that that Tony Storm has challenged Stardom's Mayu Iwatani for the IWGP Women's Championship.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
They have a lot of history back. She ran all the way from England to Japan.
As I was saying, yeah, they have a lot of history together and everything, especially back when Tony was in Stardom. She knows Mayu well, so this would be a banger.
Interesting. But Nigel, the Nigel situation, yeah, that kind of worries me. It's like, even though they said he's got it under control, but still, I guarantee there ain't going to be no blood in that match. And the minute someone bleeds, that's it. They're going to call it.
I don't know, man.
Well, he is cured of that, though.
The wrestler tested positive for Hep B, and his journey with TNA came to a close after his last appearance in September 2010. And back in 2009, he sustained an arm injury specifically to his biceps. Here, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all read this because it's very, very, very. I don't want to just sit here and speculate on any of this.
I see swirling.
And then right here, I just talked about Ricochet. Yeah, it's talking about Ricochet.
When is that date? That date there? Because I actually want to check that match that started between Tony and Mayu.
I don't know nothing about that. And now he's wrestling at Grand Slam. So
yeah, he's got to be wrestling. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a non-title match though.
Which I don't care. I want to see this effing match, dude.
I thought it was match. A lot of people think it's going to be a waste of time, but I disagree.
I thought it was for the title.
I don't think it is. Let me double check that.
Yeah, because I could have sworn, but then again, it's like, well, why would he earn a title shot?
The match is going to be October 5th on a Saturday, which I'm going to check out.
Hold on. Here we go.
The day before my birthday. Hey.
Want to pull this up. That's what everybody. So it's interpreted. It's been left open to interpretation. If I am, if I was a betting man, I would take it that it will be on the line because John Moxley versus Darby Allin for the number one contendership is on the line as well. So I'm pretty sure this will be the championship will be on the line at this juncture in time, because it just makes sense for it to be on the line, because you don't have a match that night for the title. So, and I could be wrong on that, and I hope I am, but I honestly believe that this match has all kinds of implications coming from it, especially.
You ever want to watch that match from when they were in Liverpool back in 2006 as a review?
We may, but as I'm saying this, Moxley has nothing but WWE people in his stable right now. Have y'all noticed that?
Yeah.
Minus Wheeler.
Wheeler's not part of that stable, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, but also at the same time, he's part of the 3-man championship. I mean, they haven't officially kicked him out.
I don't see them holding them titles very long. I just don't see it.
Well, technically, Pac is originally Dragon Gate before WWE.
Oh, yeah, Claudio Castagnoli is originally Ring of Honor before he was WWE. Moxley was original CCW before he was WWE.
Exactly. These guys
Marina
are all
Shafir was UFC before she was WWE. The thing is, though, all these have WWE mentioning and all that. None of the other stuff, but they're all WWE guys.
Before that, though, they were indie guys.
Everybody's an indie guy, Phil.
Not everybody is like, but you got to realize some of these indies guys, the guys I talk about, they haven't worked the indies in
years, 10 of 20 years. Moxley still works the indies. Ricochet, guess what? Ricochet could be part of this crew and not even nobody even say anything. Well, how can he? Former WWE guy shows up. He has zero heelish technicalities in him right now. Zero heelish flaws in him whatsoever.
He's always been a baby face.
No, he wasn't.
He hasn't been a heel.
He was a heel, but it was on that Lucha show.
Lucha Underground. When he back when Suma, yeah.
See, he was a heel there.
Well, speaking of which, I got something to show you guys. Once we take a little break, I run grab something real quick. That's something I picked up. Well, Halloween.
But again, there's more people to debut in this faction that hasn't debuted yet. The Hurt Syndicate,
or this is just the beginning, like you said.
The Hurt Syndicate. I'm just saying, Rebecca Black or whatever her name is, Becky Lynch, whatever her
Rebecca.
That's if I really doubt it, man. I seriously, really, really, really doubt it.
Man, I don't know, dude. But
would it be an oh shit moment? Oh fuck yeah, it will be. But
WWE,
I don't
crybabies will be pissed. They'll lose their fucking shit. It'll be hilarious.
I would see WWE throw her a lot of money to stay. I see them doing it.
You think they can match the AEW money?
No.
They could.
They get pissed about it. Offers them more money than they do, and they throw a tantrum about it. And like you guys do the same thing when AEW can afford that money. So now they're getting a taste of their own medicine. That's competition.
AEW tried to go after Jade. They didn't want her to leave, but she wanted to leave. They let her go. Same way with a lot of other people.
She left on her own, so
yeah.
Same with
Just
Lucha
like Lucha Brothers. Yeah, Lucha left on their own. And because of the money situation, it was because what were they being done with, man? They were a comedy act, basically. They were a comedy lucha act. As much as serious they did in the ring, all everybody seen them as was a comedy act.
Shoot, I think they're gonna be a comedy act. I mean, wait till they get to WWE.
I mean,
watch, they're gonna be LWO right then and there.
They're gonna be LWO. They're gonna be a comedy act.
But Andrade is having some fucking bangers over there, man, with fucking Carmelo Hayes. They're having some fucking bangers, dude.
Oh my god, give me a break.
You need to watch SmackDown, Phil. You really need to watch SmackDown, dude. Seriously, they've been having some bangers. And now next week it's Andrade versus LA Knight for the #1 for the U.S. Championship.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's not for the Speed Championship. Good.
No.
I'm sorry, I can't stand that Speed Championship.
Yeah, it's a Speed Champion. It's like I never have seen him once wear a belt.
Ricochet never wore that belt. He won that bitch. And 2 weeks later, he lost that bitch.
That was one of his last matches too.
Well, yeah, and then he got demolished on Raw and had to be escorted out.
Like they basically they do the same. Bullet Club does the same thing to when like it's a lot. It happens a lot in that. I remember when Big Show was leaving leaving WCW, the NWO jumped him, kicked him out, and basically spray painted him like it was a way of saying goodbye.
Yeah,
Nash kicked and I think
that's kind of a traditional thing
as well.
When you're leaving promotions.
Yeah, I mean, hell, whenever Christian Cage left TNA, they basically beat the fuck out of him and kicked him off television. He was gone for 90 days and started back up on fucking, what was it, ECW with the title? Won the ECW title?
Oh, yeah.
Or he won the SmackDown title. I know he won one of them.
It was the ECW title, and he also won the World Heavyweight title. Speaking of which, guys, look what I got.
What did you grab? Sting?
Oh, yeah. This
is
that's beautiful, man.
That is a beautiful... I know. This is my second Sting action figure I bought. Second Sting AEW action figure I got.
It's beautiful.
I know. The trench coat, the baseball bat. I even like the mat. Even comes with the Sting mask, too. Like that. You know, remind me of the one that Scott Hall had with that... You know, the WCW action figure?
I actually had that. I went to Chicago, got the Sting mask, and when I got it back to the car, I broke it.
Well, they were so cheaply made, though, man. They really were. They're like $20.
I do got an Oscar mask.
And I do know that whenever he was in WWE for a hot minute, it was the same fucking NWO mask they had, or I'm sorry, WCW mask they had back then. It was just repurposed. And I was like, fucking terrible.
So basically, it was the same bullshit formula.
Yeah, and the TNA mask, he went to like 3 different masks in TNA. He had the Joker mask, he had the regular Sting mask, and then he had the dripping mask, which was really cool.
The Joker thing was quite hilarious. Milk and cookies for everybody.
Joker's thing was great.
And they only did the Joker's thing once on AEW, man. It kind of pissed me off because I wanted to see more.
I mean, everybody loved the Joker's thing. He didn't really like it, but a lot of people really loved it. But, you know, in the Wolfpack Sting, remember WCW even had the Wolfpack mask too. Remember that?
You know what's pretty cool? I wouldn't be surprised. You know what's crazy though? AEW is releasing a Surfer Sting action figure.
Yeah, from back in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they released a Wolfpack Sting, just a red and black. They still.
I don't think they could do that.
Well, they did show his son, Stephen Borden, wear a Wolfpack Sting outfit.
He even had the Wolfpack face paint too.
So they just can't. They just say red and black Sting. They can put a loophole over. They can't say Wolfpack Sting. They just say Sting red. That's a loophole.
Well, I think
He did wear red and black.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall owned the rights to Wolfpack.
I think
Because when they were on TNA, they were using the Wolfpack theme.
Yeah, they did it for the minute. They even came out as the Outsiders too.
Mm-hmm. I think
Here's another thing though, like Sting did wear red and black in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the rights to wear red and black if he wants to.
Well, the red and black was also part of the Joker stinging thing. It wasn't just red and black.
It wasn't also, he did wear the red and black face, I guess just for nostalgic reasons.
And then when he fought Jeff Hardy, it was regular Sting. Crow Sting.
I actually when I was 12 years old, I went as Wolfpack Sting for Halloween.
I mean, everybody loves Sting, man. I mean, but
yeah.
But no, man. What about this right here has been a big talking point for a lot of people here recently. We talked about Nigel McGuinness and his Hep B thing. But what if he does bleed? What happens?
Nothing.
No, there's got to be something, man. Dude, you don't understand how contagious that is, man.
There is a lot of like.
Yeah, I mean that's like how would I bring that? How would I compare that? That's like when Magic Johnson announced that he's got HIV. And then he still gonna play basketball at the same time, and it's the same thing. I mean, like you're playing. Obviously, we know a little bit more information about it nowadays, but back then everybody was skeptical. But heck, just one cut, a scrape, The
reason, like this right here, the reason why he retired was a series of concussions and the Hep B outbreak. This is what he said here. I'll read it and let y'all read it with me because I don't want to sit here. Like I say, I don't want to be that guy. I want to show you.
Mm-hmm.
See, he reveals why he decided to retire. Back in 2011, Nigel McGuinness officially announced his retirement from the in-ring competition on the battle of Hep B and a series of concussions.
Mm-hmm.
And then, speaking on a recent edition of AEW Unrestricted podcast, the former Ring of Honor World Champion commented on WWE's refusal to clear him at the time when he got into the commentary and more.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, and here it is right here on why he got into commentary. No one would hire me as a wrestler, to be perfectly honest with you. I had a good run in Ring of Honor. I was a world champion there for a long time, had a lot of great matches. I got the Clam, Bryan Danielson, over as best I could, so I was pretty banged up by the end of my Ring of Honor run. I knew I had to go somewhere else. I remember being in a hotel room with CM Punk in 2005. We both had a tryout at the time with WWE. He got hired and went on to have success that he did. And I remember him saying to me, you'll get to a stage where it's just time to go. And 2005 was time to go for him. And 2008 was time to go for me. I felt like I did everything I could do there, so I had the opportunity to go to New York. On WWE refusing to clear him at the time, I sent in the MRIs and he said, can't clear you. I had one of the best surgeons in the Tampa Bay area who looked at the MRIs and said, you're good to go. You don't need surgery. So it was their doctor versus my doctor, and because of that, I lost the opportunity to work for them. Then instead of that, signed with TNA and Desmond Wolfe was born. Thank God for it because it led to a series of matches with Kurt Angle, which were fucking phenomenal, which I would certainly say are the highlights of my in-ring career. After that, a changing of the guard and then a diagnosis of Hep B and sitting at home for a year not getting paid, then getting released 2 weeks before I finally cleared Hep B. Then I sat there going, what am I going to do now? WWE weren't interested. TNA certainly not going back there. Ring of Honor, thankfully, were very good enough to bring me back in. Like I said, I didn't want to go back to wrestling that Ring of Honor style. I didn't think I could do it anymore. I felt like there were younger guys who deserved those opportunities, so Delirious and Ring of Honor were good enough to bring me in as a commentator.
I love Delirious. I like the way he talks.
So, I mean, all that right there, like he cleared Hep B. Like he said, though, you never clear Hep B. It's still there. There's a lot of treatments out there that help get basically what that PrEP thing does. Like it basically, what's the word I'm looking for? You're not cleared. Okay, first and foremost, you'll never be cleared of the virus, but you will not be contagious, and you can't pass it to anybody.
Okay.
So that's the case where Nigel's at.
That's good. So he can
And
wrestle with Brian.
And that's a great thing. And I hope they have the best match I've ever seen in the past 20 fucking years. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Nigel McGuinness, as much as he may not be able to go in the ring anymore, he has a lot of rage against Brian Danielson. He really does.
They have, I mean,
Crying Brian.
Crying Brian.
This feud's been this rage he's had for Brian has been going on for almost 20 years.
It's been going on for 18 years. 18 years, dude, to be exact. 18 fucking years.
Yep.
They
started
had the
with
best
in 2006.
They've been having the best match. I think the last time they fought each other was on HD, or right before HD Net was a thing, before it left HD Net, before Ring of Honor left HD Net. And I bet Mark Cuban feels like an asshole because Mark Cuban could have bought Ring of Honor. I do believe him, left it on HD Net. But I'm glad he didn't. I'm so glad Mark Cuban didn't buy Ring of Honor.
He probably would have sold it to WWE.
Yeah, you're right, for more money, because that's all what Mark Cuban wants is money, dude. And I can't fault that man for that. I mean, hell, he owns one of the most successful NBA teams in the whole fucking world. I mean, he does. The Dallas Mavericks are very fucking successful.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the feud going on with the Grizzled Young Veterans and FTR?
I don't want it to end.
It's just beautiful. Even after FTR beat them, they still. The Grizzled Young Veterans still won They may have lost the match, but they won the fight.
What was it? That happened at Collision?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to sit back and watch it. Like I said, I missed out on a lot of.
It was a great match, man.
It's personal shit going on, but
that feud was awesome, man.
But I did see a couple matches. Like I saw the cage match, saw the new SmackDown logo.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of it, dude. I'm really not. I'm not digging it.
I want the fist back, man.
If it's not broken, don't fucking fix it, bro. What the fuck?
Well, they're going to change the Raw logo.
They went back to USA. They changed everything up. They went back to USA because Fox dropped them.
Well, the Fox didn't drop them. Fox couldn't keep the contract. It was legit, man. I mean, let's just be real, man. Fox could not. They couldn't pay the money to keep WWE. WWE was offered a lot more money for them at USA. True story. I mean, even though people I don't know if y'all know this or not, USA is owned by NBC Universal. All right, and that's who owns WWE. Well, that's who owns SmackDown in USA.
I know this.
Okay, and Universal and
USA is owned by NBC Universal, and same with Sci-Fi. And I mean, we also think things are on the peak, on the cock. And also they're bringing back Saturday night main event.
That's a terrible thing to do. They tried this shit before a couple of years ago, and it was fucking god awful.
And they're trying.
I don't Saturday main event like maybe a once a month thing.
Compete with Collision.
Yeah, like a once a month thing. Like it's like, hey, everybody, tune in is like like a special event, but it is like, but a weekly thing. No,
they just want to compete against Collision. That's all they want to do.
Listen to this, and this is the God's honest truth. Saturday night's main event will never be duplicated like it was in the 80s.
Oh, no.
Never.
I didn't even watch Saturday night main event when it came back during the Ruthless Aggression and PG, like early PG era. I didn't watch
nothing will top. I remember this, and that is to this day, watching Saturday night's main event and watching the betrayal of Paul Orndorff against Hulk Hogan. I will never. Also, I got something to announce about that. But anyways, it's like I will never forget that. It's like, and that's where King Kong Bundy splashed him injured his ribs for WrestleMania for the Cell in WrestleMania 2.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania 2 in that cage match. I remember.
And that's when and that's that era, and I'm really showing my age right there. That's when I started watching wrestling around that time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was 6.5 years old.
I
remember this, man.
God, when it was WrestleMania 2.
85, 86.
So that means I was around 9 or 10. 9 or 10-ish. Around that time.
WrestleMania 2 was in 1985. I was 5 years old.
1986.
No, WrestleMania. Okay, Okay, I'm sorry. WrestleMania 2, April 7th, 1986. So I was 6 years old. Yeah.
I was in utero when WrestleMania 2 happened.
You were in a nutsack, man.
No. I was no. I was in the nutsack in 1985. I was born August 26, 1986. So I was in the womb.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I was in utero.
I was around. So I was around 10 years old when because that's when I started watching wrestling.
In 87, man, 87, the year after this, when WrestleMania 3 launched on VHS at my local VHS, I guess called rental place, whatever you want to call them,
video store,
whatever. This is no joke. I would go in there and he had miscellaneous sports, right? And I would literally go over there, and the first first VHS cassette I ever picked up was the very first WrestleMania.
Yep, I remember that, and that was the only way. Because I remembered WrestleMania 1 happening.
Because on the front of the cover, it had Hulk Hogan on one side, and it had
Mr. T on the other.
No, Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T.
That was WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Mr. T was on the very first cover, and I was like, holy crap. And my dad at the time was a big Mr. T fan because of the A-Team.
Yeah.
And my dad's like...
And that's how I got into wrestling.
Well, also, another thing, the reason why they did it, because they were both in Rocky 3 as well. And it drew money.
Yeah.
Plus, Cindy Lauper was at WrestleMania. Muhammad Ali was a guest referee during that match between. It was Cowboy Bob Orton, Roddy Piper versus Hulk Hogan. It was like that was their main event.
Dude, I mean, it wrote itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it was in Madison Square Garden, 1985.
Well, again, though, I mean, this right here was what they call the golden age of wrestling, and it truly was. In 1986, it took place in 2 different places or 3 different places, wasn't it?
3. Yeah, it was New York, Chicago, LA.
Yeah, I thought it was a Pontiac Silverdome, wasn't it?
That was WrestleMania 3.
No, it was WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 2 was
Madison Square Garden.
Chicago was Rosemont Horizon, and the other one was LA.
WrestleMania 4, I think, was in.
Were they at the Forum in WrestleMania 2?
Where?
LA.
WrestleMania 2? No, there are only 3 places.
Yeah, the LA Forum.
The Forum in LA, I think so. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm double checking on that.
But yeah, because I remember my uncle went to WrestleMania 2. He was at the Chicago show, so he got to see the big gigantic fucking battle royal with Andre the Giant and Chicago Bears in it.
The Bears.
The Refrigerator Perry. All right, so it was the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, the suburb of Rosemont, Illinois, and the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in LA. Each venue had its own card of 4 matches, each totaling 12 matches for WrestleMania 2. The main event in Uniondale was a boxing match pitting Mr. T against Roddy Piper. Then Chicago, the main event, saw the British Bulldogs challenge the Dream Team for the tag team championships.
British Bulldog, Dream Team.
Yeah,
because the Hart Foundation was in the Battle Royal. Okay, yeah. Okay.
And the main event in Los Angeles featured WWF World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan defending his title against King Kong Bundy in a steel cage match.
Mm-hmm.
The undercard in Uniondale also saw the WWF Intercontinental Champion Macho Man Randy Savage defend his title against George the Animal Steele. While the event in Chicago featured a 20-man battle royal involving WWF wrestlers and National Football League players, which was badass. They've never done that ever again since then.
What?
Three shows doing a.
They should, man.
I agree, man. AEW should do that.
It's like that. Yeah, it's like the Bears. Yeah, they should. I was like, hell, four matches per arena. Fuck. And hell, and even at that is like when they could go and they can hold like do 3 separate events and there's like whatever 4 segments they could have it in, across the country.
And listen to this, man. The people and like the celebrities in New York had Cab Calloway, Daryl Dawkins, G. Gordon Liddy, Joan Rivers, Joe Frazier, Lou Duva, Herb, and Susan St. James. And the ones in Chicago had Clara Peller, Dick Butkus, Ed Jones, Ozzy Osbourne, Bill Fralick, Ernie Holmes, Harvey Martin, Jim Covert, Russ Francis, William Refrigerator Perry, and Kathy Lee Crosby. And LA had Ricky Schroeder, Robert Conrad, Tommy Lasorda, and Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira's part of WrestleMania. Shoot, I'm surprised they haven't inducted her into the celebrity wing of
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there we go. There's a petition we ought to start.
Oh yeah, Elvira deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, dude. She's amazing. I love Elvira. But
74. She just had her birthday. She's like 74 and still hot.
Yes.
Read the comments.
Okay. Elvira should be. We just said that. Damn, Phil. Time warp.
I said it before you guys. On here. Winning.
God, if I could reach that far.
Lord help him, he does not know what he does.
Pat you on the head. Pat you
on the head. Good boy. Anyway,
but yeah, honestly, yeah, I would like to see.
Well, even better than that, how about this? Have one in Japan, one in America, and one in fucking London.
That would be very hard to do. I mean, the reason why they got away with it during WrestleMania 2 is because just time zones. That's the reason why I do. You're talking about international time zones, and you have to time them out. It's like that won't work.
Will it not?
No.
No. Like America and Japan is like you're talking hours apart.
All right. What about this though? Where's Alaska? I know it's like 3 hours behind, 4 hours behind us.
Because what?
This is what I'm thinking.
You're central, right? You're same as me.
Yeah,
central, right?
We're all central. Yes.
Okay, so LA, like California, is 2 hours ahead of us, right? Or 2 hours behind us.
I got this. Dadgummit. I can't type for shit.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Alaska Daylight Time. That's the current time there is 7:42. So yeah, it's 3 hours behind us, right?
Yeah.
So
we're only 2 hours behind California, behind the West Coast.
So
ahead. Yes, on this. My bad. Sorry.
So if we get that going with Japan and then London,
it still won't work because you got to realize, while it's like we were doing with when we're doing the interviews with Bozzy, you know, he technically was like technically we're still in Tuesday, but he's already time traveled over to Wednesday.
Yeah, it's 17 hours from Japan to Alaska.
Yeah. So yeah, that doing an international live show that won't work. America, it could work because all you got to do is just time it just right. You know, it's like start at 8:00 over in New York while it's still 7:00 here. Do like about a good hour worth of shows there. Then come to here, and it hits 8:00 our time. Do like an hour worth of shows here. Then you could do then you could go to LA, do an hour worth of shows, and it'll be like almost 7:00 there. So that's why it worked for WrestleMania 2.
They should do it again. I mean, dude, could you imagine though, man? Like, I don't know. I just think it could be done internationally. It just had to be. It would just have to be weird. You know what I mean? It had to be wonky. Like it could be during the morning time or something. You know, especially like it's during the weekend or something.
Maybe if they would do, I could see them doing it just like a New Zealand, Australia, Japan, because it's right there.
They're in the same time zone.
Yeah, I could see that, but I can't see America, Japan, England. No, it won't work. It won't work.
It'd be crazy, dude. It would be crazy. I would love for it to work. It'd be nice. Like I said, dude, I mean, it could possibly work, but if it had to work out like time frame, like where would you start it? Where would you end it? Like if you started it here, you could end it there.
No, it would have to start in Japan, go to England, then end in America. But
would anybody watch
no,
it?
Honestly, no. It would actually go around the other way.
Yeah, it would go start here and end there. Yeah.
But then again, it's like, but where? I mean, in America. I mean, like I said, like what's the time difference between England and America? Like 6 hours?
I think 10.
10? Like I said, it's not possible. It's not possible to do.
I know what you're talking about because there were some people up late at night, like early in the 3 or 4 in the morning, watching Princess Diana's funeral and everything. When around 97 and everything, because they were watching it live and everything.
What, WrestleMania 2?
Dude, there's only a 5-hour difference between Jacksonville and London.
Jacksonville, Florida? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, like, for example, I mean, it can be done. I think it can be done. Yeah, dude, there's only a 13-hour difference from Jacksonville and Tokyo. So if they do it in Jacksonville, they could possibly get away with it.
Holy shit.
That's a long-ass pay-per-view. Who's going to watch 13 hours of wrestling, man?
No. Listen. You start in Japan, you end here. Start in Japan.
Like I said, you got to consider what time. I mean, hell, they could start a match in Japan at 5 in the morning. Ain't nobody got.
That's how I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, man. I usually
listen to this: 8-hour difference between London and Tokyo.
Yeah, but like I said, you still got to coordinate it.
Okay. So if it's 12 o'clock here, noon, right?
Yeah.
If it's noon here, and you go 12 hours to Tokyo, it's midnight, right?
Yeah, but you also got to consider.
But if you back
And
it
then
up,
here's the problem with like I said with England. England has strict union rights, union rules. Like when they say the show's over at 9, bam, that's it. They drive. It's like unlike in America, it's like they go like this, be like, I'm out. So that's the
all right. So
if you ever watched old documentaries on Star Wars, because they filmed a lot of it in England, and George Lucas had to battle the unions in England because it's like they want to do additional filming, but it's like it's past this time, we got to go.
all right, but listen to this though, okay?
I remember that. That's why
Yeah.
he was so stressed out during the filming in London. He almost nearly had his blood pressure was fucking high, man.
Yeah, because it's like, but that goes into the thing of what he's saying is like it's not possible. I mean, you're talking to having a good 15-hour pay-per-view.
I couldn't do that.
Not necessarily. Listen. It's 8 hours difference between London and Tokyo, right? 8-hour difference. Who says it has to be live?
That's
hear me
how
hear me out. Just listen to me. I know it sounds hear me out. No. Why can't it be tape delayed until they get to America?
You know what? If it was back in the day, I could see them getting away with it.
Nowadays, now, I mean,
hey, I just watched these matches right now, and here's the order of everything that happened. Is like you're not missing much. Bye.
It just can't work.
It's like a tape delay is like. The internet will kill it in a minute. Like it's like this happened. I'm like, I ain't watching this shit. I could, like I said, can they do what they did in WrestleMania 2 in America again? Yeah, they could do it. Time it just right. Like I said, first
they
hour.
They can even use Canada. Use Canada, Mexico, and America.
Yeah, it's like you start in New York. You start at 8 o'clock in New York, which is like 7 o'clock our time, which is normal pay-per-view if they do it over there. So it's like 8 to 9 over an hour in New York. Then they come with like it's somewhere in the Midwest. It hits 8 o'clock our time, so it's like 8 to 9 here. Then it goes into California somewhere or somewhere in that general area, and from like what be 7 to 8 their time. I could see that done in America. I cannot see that globally done.
What about here and like Europe? Like here in Europe, like here in London.
Like I said, that goes in. That falls in line with the European Union shit.
But it's only a 4-hour difference, though.
No. What time did all it
5 hours. I'm sorry, 5 hours.
What time did All Out start in America? It was like around what? 11 o'clock?
10 a.m.
10 was it 10 or 11?
10.
It was 10. So that means it had to have been like 7 o'clock over there.
12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock.
I'm totally lost in this conversation.
It started at 3 p.m. there, 10 o'clock our time.
No, it didn't start like that. It was a 4 hour show, right? It
5.
was a 5 hour show.
10 till shit. 10 to 4, 10 to 5, something like that.
Yeah, because when it ended over here, it was like 3 o'clock, ain't it?
I think it was 4 o'clock actually. You know
4
what?
o'clock?
Hold that thought. Hold that thought, my good man. Because now you got me questioning things.
We're getting off the subject of wrestling.
Not really.
No, we're talking like an international event.
And believe it or not,
You know what, Phil? You need to put this in the private chat, not in the.
Well, I was trying to say it, but I just couldn't. Everyone was talking as well at the same time. So that's the best way I could say it.
okay, it started at 0 hour. Started at 10 a.m.
in England.
Yeah.
Or no, in America.
Yeah. So it started at 3 o'clock their time. The actual pay per view started at noon, which was 5 o'clock their time. And it lasted till about 9 their time, 10 o'clock. So yeah, dude, definitely it could go home. Dude, it could definitely do. We could end there actually. Fuck, dude, it could be done. Don't even joke. It could be done. 100%. Start there, end here.
It'd be great. It'd be expensive as fuck, though.
Yeah, but how awesome would it be to have 2 different venues packed to the fucking gills to watch matches?
It's a crazy idea and everything, but it'd be. I mean, what Vince did with that was ahead of his time. So,
and it's never been done before. And I mean, again, it's never been done again. But if someone could duplicate it, or not really duplicate it, but do it internationally,
I think
it'd be crazy.
I think Ring of Honor did. I think AEW Dark did something like that, like where they showed that match, that international match between like on Dark. They showed a TJW match between Mai Iwatani versus Thunder Rosa, and they also showed Pac defend the international title against a guy in Rev Pro.
Well, that's because I think that was the COVID era shit right there.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The international title wasn't during the COVID era.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But it wasn't live though, Phil. It was tape delay.
Yeah.
I know, but like you said, you did say it could be taped. So hey, I was listening. I was listening to what you guys had to say while I was just, because sometimes it's best to listen, than say something sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your and hashtag the more you know, ladies and gentlemen.
But I mean, seriously though, man. I mean, if you think about it, it's never been done since it was done in WrestleMania 2, and that was what, let's say 95. Oh, that was in 86. 86. So, dude, it's almost
40 years.
Yeah.
38 years.
Yeah, dude. Let's get it.
That pay-per-view, WrestleMania 38. I mean, WrestleMania 2 is a few months older than I am. Same age.
Like I said, I can see it done in America first. International, sketchy.
But what about this? The only people I can see doing it right now will be AEW.
Jacksonville is crazy enough to do that.
Jacksonville, Texas, and Seattle. Holy shit! Did I just do a thing? It could be done.
And they got and they got enough wrestlers to where they can do like a couple extra dark matches.
They can have 0 hour happen in Jacksonville. Start the first hour in Jacksonville, then poof, go over to the freaking Texas. do it wherever in Texas, and then boom, do it up there in the fucking Key Arena.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm not trying to speculate on anything or what they could or could not do it, but have all three be stadium shows. Yeah, I think all three should be stadium shows.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know about stadium. I could see stuff like how they did it with like what was it? What's the fucking place in New York?
Madison Square Garden.
I could see Madison how they did with Madison Square Garden, the Allstate Arena, which is what formerly known as the Rosemont Horizon, and a place in whatever's in LA. Like a regular just arena shows, but a stadium and a stadium and a stadium, you're talking a lot of money, and it would have to be some hell of a matches. Like
for example, Jacksonville could end with, I don't know. This is just spitballing here. The main event could be Bryan Danielson versus Heyman Adam Page. The main event in Texas could be a stadium stampede match between Jon Moxley's new crew and the Elite. And then the third match main event for the AEW World Heavyweight title. Well, will have to be. Well, we'll put it like this: Bryan Danielson versus Heyman Adam Page in Seattle, in Seattle, and then over in Jacksonville, have Darby and Jack Perry in a last man standing match. Those are three good main events, I think. The only other main event I could see competing with that would be FTR and GVW or GYV, or Takeshita and Okada.
What's up, Lenny?
What's up, Lenny?
What's up? But that's my three picks for main events. But I could be totally wrong. Why not have one of them be a tag team main event? But like I said, Stadium Stampede, that's more of a free for all. Mm-hmm. And if they're in the Houston Texans or the Texas Ranger Stadium,
that's gonna be epic.
That would be fucking stupid, dude. Have one huge stadium and have the other two be arenas. I'm cool with that because Daly's place ain't really that big, is it?
No, like I said, it's just an outside amphitheater,
There you go. And then up there in Seattle, have it like a bigger arena.
I take it back. Didn't WWE try to do two shows a while back? They did at the Hammerstein Ballroom and did one at the Normal Stadium, but they kind of fucked up and they didn't book the right matches for the Hammerstein. And you can see there's actual photos of JR and fucking Jerry Lawler fucking asleep in a chair. They're sitting there bored out of their minds because they were holding all the other matches there, and that's where.
Oh, like they did the 25th anniversary, like they did at the 25th anniversary of Raw.
Yeah, because fans were getting pissed at the Hammerstein because nothing was going there, and that's where I remember the Miz won the title and he fucking zipped all the way to the Hammerstein to show it off.
Wow. And I did, don't get me wrong, I did like the old school setting, but nothing was going on, and the fans were probably bored as shit.
Yeah.
That's how you do it wrong. That's doing life wrong. And if you want to do life wrong, listen to Ringside Rants. It's also sponsored by
W.
Yes, W again.
W energy drinks. Get your W energy drink at w.gg and use our promo code Ringside Rants 10% off, all caps.
Yeah, but I think it's in our description, maybe. I don't know. But in all seriousness, though, man, I really honestly believe that it could be done. Something like that could be done. They have great commentators. You know, you have Matt Menard.
He is hilarious.
I love him. And then you have JR. He don't have to be there for the whole show. You got Taz. You have Tony Schiavone. You have Excalibur. Hell, you can even have Ring of Honor guys, Caprice Coleman and the other guy. Yeah, Riccaboni.
You know what? I joked around with Ian Riccaboni on Instagram. It says I actually have my Briscoe brothers action figures come in, and I asked him, "Does Mark Briscoe come with redneck kung fu grip action?"
Missing teeth.
I mean, that's his style, the redneck kung fu. You know, get love that.
They call him chicken for a reason, man.
I mean, plus you can act out. Plus the kids can act out a lot of their wild promos they had back on the farm in Sandy Fort, Delaware, and you gotta love those promos they did on the farm, especially back in their Ring of Honor days. I loved how they shoot. I loved how they buried John fucking Laurinaitis.
They buried everybody out there. Hell, they even buried the world's greatest tag team out there.
I love their feud with FTR. That was one of their best trilogy matches ever.
And they won the titles, and then Jade ended up passing.
I know. It was sad.
Too good to be true, bro. Too good to be true.
13-time World Tag Team Champions. They never lost the 13th time. They never lost those titles afterwards.
No, they didn't. And I'll say this too, and speaking of crazier things, like people are so expecting that the tag team division in WWE is going to go up leaps and bounds because of the additions of MCMG and Lucha Bros, and I'm like,
dude, we just got the Grizzly Young veterans, so I think AEW is going to be fine.
Well, there ain't no we to this, man. That sounds very tribalistic there, Phil.
I didn't mean it like that.
But I know.
Fine.
I know. But I think every organization should take a look at tag team wrestling. Hell, the worst tag team division, and they even still have the Crockett Cup tag teams in NWA. And I think that is some of the coolest thing ever, where they just draw names out of a hat and that's your tag team partner. I love that.
Well, they tried doing that, but they call it the Dusty Classic in NXT.
Well, it used to be called the Lethal Lottery in WCW.
Oh, it's these can they coexist tag teams?
Yeah, but everybody knew.
If you remember a while back, they had was it Ricochet and Aleister Black, who's Malachi Black now.
Yeah, that was.
I'll tell you,
actually, was a really good tag team. Actually,
I do like the intergender tag team tournament that WWE had with Miz and Asuka teaming up. That was quite interesting.
Mr. and Mrs. of the Ring or something like that, wherever it was.
Yeah, I do like. Whoever did that idea was really. I even liked when R-Truth teamed up with Carmella. They actually made a great duo together. They just worked well together for some weird reason.
Dude,
they I don't know. Just R-Truth makes anybody look good.
Ron the Truth Killings, his best time was whenever he was in NWA TNA as Ron the Truth.
Oh, hell yeah. He was the first black NWA World Heavyweight Champion. But a lot of people still believe Bobo Brazil is still NWA World is the first, though.
Oh, yeah. He's uncredited as being the first. I do agree with that.
And I think Billy Corgan should change that.
I think he should too, because he has the authority to change.
He owns the NWA.
He does. Speaking of which, I'm not gonna go about the Saw Wayne thing.
WWE should have done the same thing with Antonio Inoki.
They should have already had him. Did they induct him finally?
Well, he's been inducted in the Hall of Fame. Michael Cole mentioned about it around the night Inoki passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it was already Saturday when Inoki passed.
I don't think he's been inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame. Look, Google it.
Inoki has been inducted to the Hall of Fame. I remember when he was inducted. I have a photographic memory, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of the things about that comes with autism as well.
Yeah, he was inducted in 2010.
Oh, 210? Okay.
Yep, which is 24 years ago or 14 years
You know
ago.
how I first.
But they never officially recognized his title reign because he defeated Bob Backlund, right? Yeah, he defeated Bob Backlund, but what was the stipulation? It was like, oh, it happened overseas and don't count or some shit.
Well, Bob Backlund was a heel too, though.
Oh yeah, I actually did. The first time I ever witnessed Antonio Inoki was in the Bad News Bears Go to Japan film. That's how I was introduced to Antonio Inoki.
Now, hear me out on this. This could be a little bit crazy. We're talking about different people and organizations and all this stuff and how they wouldn't recognize. Is it kind of crazy that the weirdest person that should be recognized for their body of work hasn't been recognized, and that would be the villain, Marty Scurll? Like for the stuff he did whenever he was in New Japan, they don't even credit him for anything anymore, and so does NWA.
Nor does Ring of Honor.
No, there's Ring of Honor.
That's sad.
All because somehow, yeah, and he's still wrestling, and it's like
all because of something that happened.
In this country, it was consent, even though it's dude.
Even though I don't agree with the girl he slept with, even though it was consent, I find it wrong. But should he be punished?
All right.
He didn't rape her. No.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his cousin.
Ew.
12 or 13-year-old girl. Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah.
True story. First cousin.
No, not first.
Second or third. Something.
I think it was like a third.
Second.
That is just wrong.
Yeah, there it is. Cousin. Myra Lewis Williams. 13. She married him at 13.
Wow. Damn, I thought it was
that
14.
Is just wrong in so many ways. And disgusting.
Yeah, but they still play his music to this day. So,
and he's recognized in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep.
For his art, not because of not for the person who he is.
Well, you get that, but if you're gonna say it like that, then you got to say the same thing about Chris Benoit.
Yeah, man.
But they totally shun everything that he's done.
Yeah.
It's a different time, you know.
But so
not really, man. He divorced her too, man. In 1970, he married her in 57 and divorced her in 1970. So they were together 13 freaking years, man.
Yeah,
13 years.
He celebrated, and it's like, but Marty Scurll is like, what was
she was
he messed with he messed with a 16, 17-year-old or something like that?
Yeah,
but in his country that's legal.
Not this country. In England, it was legal. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. In England, it's legal, but in this country,
and that's where he did it. He did it in his home country. So why are we frowning upon that? Because that's not legal in the United States. But if you take a look at it, it really is. People are getting married at 14 years old in the state of Alabama, and in the state of Mississippi, and in the state of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, well, that's different. They had their parents' consent. Okay, cool. So that lady, because that's a lady over there in England, gave consent at 16. At the legal age of consent in the United States, most states is 16 or younger. True story on that. Everybody says 18. 18 is the actual legal number for you to actually be in an adult relationship.
Yeah.
Age of consent is 16 no matter where. It's frowned upon. It's morally wrong. but yet we don't. I mean, it's weird, man. It's like it's a double standard. Like people can do it because they're famous, and then like, oh yeah, but that's sick. Okay, it's sick and twisted. Jerry Lee Lewis married his 13-year-old cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you draw a line? Well, he's not Jerry Lee Lewis, and he wasn't a rock and roll legend. Okay, that's understandable, but he was one of the greatest technical wrestlers we've ever seen in our generation. Am I wrong?
Chris Benoit was a great technical wrestler, I do admit. And
him too. I'm talking about Marty Scurll. I ain't talking about Benoit. Benoit's a whole different. That's something I can't. For his body of work to be so good, for him to be such a crazy asshole behind the scenes and flip that switch because he had CTE, I get it, but at the same token, I can't forgive it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and say that, oh yeah, dude, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He don't.
No. That's one thing I will say is like he don't. He don't.
He murdered his. He took the life of his own. Sorry, I said murdered. I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He basically unalived his wife and his.
There was a term they used. They call it the Chris Benoit. He Chris Benoit his family.
Yeah. Yeah.
He unalived them.
You should use. Well, unalive, yeah, whatever you want to say, but
he Benoit them.
Yeah, he Benoit.
Yeah, and that's why he. And know what the thing is like, man, did he have some good matches that I would love to review, but it's like
I don't want to take that rabbit hole.
Watch those matches anymore. Like the matches that he had back in the. I can't even watch the WrestleMania 20.
Him and Guerrero won the championships.
Well, I did watch the Backlash match between Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit at the Backlash. I did watch that match. And it was just weird seeing them do that. After rewatching that match, that submission match they had on Backlash 2001, it was so weird watching it after all the shit he had done. It was just.
But it
was just unbelievable.
Versus Marty Scurll situation, honestly,
I don't think he's gonna hurt anybody. The guy wouldn't hurt. He's not a murderer. He doesn't seem like he has.
No, but to be honestly, I think they should let him back.
Yeah.
I think it's time to let him back. I mean, honestly, the thing is that they couple promotions tried. I think CMLL tried to hire him, or is it AAA?
AAA hired him.
AAA hired him, and when they announced that he was going to be at the match, I think a lot of people were upset about that. A lot of the female wrestlers were upset about that, but I think a lot of them don't know the situation.
But yet they're using Alberto Patron in AAA. It was practically almost just as bad as Benoit.
No, I wouldn't say as bad as Benoit. I mean, he didn't kill anybody.
He didn't kill anybody, but he's a domestic abuser.
Superfly was a Benoit.
Superfly was, yeah. And the only reason why he didn't go to jail because he died before he got indicted.
Well, he got indicted, and he couldn't go to the trial hearings because he was
too old. He had dementia. His mind was too far gone.
Yeah, he didn't remember.
Fuck Superfly.
But, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that about him because, I mean, there's a lot of people that do a lot of wrong things in the world of wrestling. Hell, Vince McMahon, for one,
Fuck him, too.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, Phil, 100%. But before we knew everything about him, we knew he was a piece of shit human being. Everybody knew that.
He was a narcissistic, control freak.
But now we have all these other allegations coming out about him, and it makes people look at him a little bit differently, or a lot differently. But they still don't want to take away his humanity. They don't want to strip away his dignity or his accolades from what he done in the world of wrestling. However, they did that to Brock Lesnar, and now they're probably about bringing him back. And I don't understand why they would bring him back. I mean, I think
WWE money,
Well, they've been talking about bringing him back for about a year now.
But the thing is, why bring him back? You're doing great without him.
I mean, we don't need honestly. To me,
Braun Breaker's a better badass.
Yeah,
you don't need
Brock Lesnar. We don't need him anymore.
I just said that.
Why would I want to see? Why would I see him come back, win a championship, defend it 3 times a year? I was like, I don't want to see that shit anymore. We just got rid of Roman Reigns doing that bullshit.
Use him if you're going to use him. Use him to put over your younger talent.
Yeah,
that's what they did for use with Mick Foley for Randy Orton at Backlash 2004.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a good street fight, and it really put Randy Orton over.
He went on his Legend Killer tour.
Exactly. Mick Foley helped him.
Yeah, Mick Foley, Ric Flair, Pat Patterson, Joe Briscoe.
Oh yeah, even Arn Anderson helped him out.
Yeah, I mean, it got Randy Orton over as a shitty monster heel, but picking on old people. And then you had, and I hate to say this, you had Dolph Ziggler go out there and almost kill King Honor. Get the man had a heart attack after the match.
I'll tell you one of the funniest things I saw was like when Heath Slater kept getting squash matches by legends like Vader, Lita. Oh God.
But he lived in he has a trailer with all his little kids in it. So I mean,
I have kids, man.
I got kids, man.
Yeah, don't fire Heath. Don't fire Heath. Hire Heath.
What is he? He's in TNA right now.
What is he doing now?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know where Heath Slater's at.
I know Brian Myers is in TNA, and I know his buddy Matt Cardona. He does everything.
Matt Cardona is an independent guy, and WWE doesn't need Brock Lesnar. You're right. We don't need him. We don't need him anymore.
It says right here, he is. This is according to 2 sources. Heath Slater is currently under contract to Impact Wrestling until the fall of 2023.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, that's last year.
That's last year. I'm like, shit. Okay.
As he keeps saying it, dude, like he's under contract. No, he's not. He's not under contract.
Wow, here's a crazy allegation that Vince Russo has. Vince Russo thinks Vince McMahon sent his son Shane to spy out and meet Tony Khan, understand how AEW works and how other TV deals. Russo thinks Shane and Vince will launch their own company soon on his YouTube channel, Russo said. I don't think this is a far-fetched what I think under tutelage. Guidance and wisdom of the old Memphis, Kenny McMahon. Information Shane finds all about the TV deal, what they were paid, what they were offering, the whole 9 yards. Whatever under tutelage guys, VKM Shane goes knowing all the numbers, all the facts, and says, gentlemen, give us a year. In a year, we will have a viable wrestling company.
I don't see Shane and Vince are doing another.
No.
I don't.
This is from Shit Stain.
Yeah. No way.
Vince Russo. Like, Shane just wants nothing to do with his father after his allegations. Why does he think he left WWE in the first place?
Dude, it's crazy how people can sit there and talk about, this and that and all this other crazy
It sounds
stuff.
like a lot of these crazy fan theories I hear. Like there's like I have a feeling Daniel Bryan will come back to the no. He
Dude,
said he didn't want to be in the Hall of Fame.
Bryan Danielson, whenever he retires, he's going to retire just like Shawn Michaels did. He's not going to wrestle again. He won't come back to wrestling. It's going to be a done deal because he believes, and he's stated this numerous times, whenever he's done, he's done. And whenever he got his career taken from him, he even said in numerous interviews during that time frame, I want to be back in the ring. I want to be back in the ring. I want to be in the back of the ring. I want to be back in the ring. And then it was like, he wasn't back in the ring. So, and then he got cleared to WWE. He came back. And how long did he last there? What, 2 years? 3 years?
He lasted until 2021.
About 2 years.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. And then all of a sudden, now he's in AEW and everybody's like, oh man, but that's different. No, it's the same thing, man. It's when he's done, he's done. There is no other ends and or if there's or buts about it.
I think more or less he's going to do once he's done with this run. When he's done with this run with the title, is like that's it. That's just going to be his swan song. But I think he's gonna do more behind the scenes and with AEW afterwards.
Like what Sting's doing.
Yeah. Yes. He's gonna be a great teacher to a lot of the great wrestlers in AEW.
And I'm really weirded out why they didn't let him join the clique with Jon Moxley.
Maybe that's the way they're going to start. They're going to start building up to his retirement. It's like they slowly pushing him away because Moxley wants to do a different thing. He obviously he hasn't. He's been a face for so long. It's like it's about time that he went heel.
But is he heel though? That's the thing. Is he really heel? Or is he doing this for the betterment of AEW?
Hey, I look at it this way: Moxley is the modern day Stone Cold.
He is.
It's like you can hate him. You either hate him or you love him at the same time.
JR says the same thing.
But they also say this about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, that they are the epitome of Stone Cold and The Rock.
Cody for Stone Cold, no, never.
But hey, man, I'm just telling you what I've read, and I'm telling you the different reports.
That's WWE propaganda. What do you expect?
Well, the thing with this is the thing with Stone Cold and The Rock. They had the ability
to be a heel or a face.
Heel and a face at the same time.
A tweener.
Cody is straight face. There's no way around it.
I love his last run.
It's
so badass.
His last run with New Japan and Ring of Honor, they tried to make him a heel.
Dude, he was a great heel.
It was not working.
I thought it worked though. I've seen him working.
Him versus Kenny Omega with him being a heel was freaking.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That match was great, but at the same time, no, he was not a good heel.
Are you kidding, dude? He was a great heel. Like he even beat up what's his face for attacking his father. What's his name? That Steve Corino. The same way Steve Corino beat his father up in ECW. He says, I do not respect you. And
that was at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I remember that. And that's when he was in Bullet Club. So of course,
but at the same time, look, at the time that he was doing his heel run, he had a freaking dancing bear behind him.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah. when he was doing his heel run, he had a dancing bear behind him.
That was probably in Japan.
No, well, it switched over from Ring of Honor and Japan.
Well, they were doing
He had a dancing
together,
bear
so
behind
it
him.
makes sense.
And the only reason why they didn't take that gimmick to AEW is because they didn't own Ring of Honor at the time, because it was all Ring of Honor gimmick.
I thought it was a Ring of Honor in New Japan gimmick, because Ring of Honor and New Japan worked together at that time. They did a lot of great crossover shows together,
but yeah, I was like, well, because that's when I started. That's when I started getting really back into wrestling, because I all this Bullet Club stuff, and I was watching this stuff with this Cody Rhodes, and it's like,
when I found out he won, when I found out about Bullet Club, and when I found out about the All In, when he won the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, it just felt wrestling's back.
Yeah, and then Nick Aldis took it back like a month later.
No, I'm just saying wrestling. I'm just saying it just felt like that whole pay-per-view of the All In, when I read the card and I see Rey Mysterio there, it just felt something special. You know, it just felt it was something that was non-WWE for once, and it just got me interested in New Japan, Ring of Honor. Then AEW showed up. It was a matter of time before I would slowly get back into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Then during the pandemic, I started watching.
Yeah, but it's like, but it's like I said, it's like Cody. To me, he was not a good heel. He was not.
I can respect that.
I can respect that. But as I was saying, though, you know, when I was during the pandemic, that's when I really got back into wrestling. I started watching a little bit of WWE, but I also watched a little of NWA. I also watched that. I even watched that. I even was on YouTube for free. It was Ring of Honor showed the New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor G1 Supercard live at Madison Square Garden. I looked that up. It's like they're hosting this at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Ring of Honor New Japan. Yeah.
Vince tried to get that show canceled.
Yeah,
he did.
He was pissed. He lost his fucking shit for what I heard, and I was just laughing my ass off about it.
Well, I mean that was his old stomping grounds, man. I mean,
and know what Madison Square Garden like? Well, you haven't used this year, so they told Vince to fuck off.
Yeah, it's like they haven't done the show at Madison Square Garden for a long time. So I was like, yeah, it's about time the wrestling come back there. You know,
and you know the reason why they're doing Madison Square Garden again, because WWE, because they don't want AEW to do it.
Yeah,
because they're like, okay, we'll do it. They said now they finally do it because you know why? Because AEW fears competition. WWE fears competition. They always have.
Well, if you look at AEW now, man, they don't use the United Center like they used to.
Fucking
they only did 3 shows there.
Well, I can understand why, because they did the first and everything, so it makes sense. I mean,
they did the first Rampage. I know that. And that's when CM Punk came back. They did
All Out in the United Center in 2022.
No. All Out was not at
arena.
They did it at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, they did Forbidden Door.
Now
that Forbidden Door was there because I was there. I was there for that one. And they did another show. Oh, Collision.
Dynamite.
Was it Collision?
Yeah, the very first Collision.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the very first Collision, because I was there for that. Yeah, I was there for that one too.
Out.
And that was it. Now, Adam would say the United Center is not off the board, but
the very first NXT on CW is going to be at the United Center.
Really? Wow. I had to check that out.
It's going to be in October. I don't think tickets are already sold out.
Oh, no, then never mind.
Because CM Punk's going to be there.
Well, he's going to make an appearance, yeah.
Wow, WWE's actually going to be in Chicago for once. It's a miracle.
Well, actually, that is. They have not because okay. When you see them come to Chicago, it's always at the Allstate Arena. The Allstate Arena is when they say there's live from Chicago. Technically, it is not in Chicago. It is outside of Chicago. They're like, if I had to put it in perspective, to get to you got to drive past Chicago to get to the Allstate Arena, and that like from my house to there is about like a good hour, and then on traffic about a good hour and a half, hour 15. So Allstate Arena has always been past Chicago. Same thing with Now Arena when they host All Out, and that's further past.
I'm sorry. Listen to this. I lied. It's going to be October 1st. Hold on. Allstate Arena. So where's
October
the
1st is a Tuesday.
Yeah. October 1st is a Tuesday at the Allstate Arena.
So you lied about being the United Center.
Yeah, so
how dare you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and I will be perfectly honest. The last time WWE was inside Chicago, like quite literally, AEW did more shows in Chicago itself than WWE has done in years.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time WWE did a show in Chicago, it was SummerSlam, and it was the very first event held in the United Center. Like the Bulls and the Blackhawks didn't even get the break into the United Center. The very first event to be held in United Center was WWE SummerSlam, or was it WrestleMania? It was one of the two. It was a big one.
I know WrestleMania 13 they were in Chicago, but it was a different.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. WrestleMania 13, and that was at the United Center.
It wasn't the United Center. Let me check it out.
At the Allstate Arena, you can get tickets all the way from $29 all the way up to $142. Oh, I'm sorry. $300 something odd dollars.
For what? For where? For what? The NXT?
NXT.
Okay. But like I said, WWE has not hit the Chicago arenas like AEW does. I mean, they have.
It was in Rosemont, Illinois, in a Chicago suburb. WrestleMania 13. Okay. It was at the Rosemont Horizon.
Yeah, it's now known as the Allstate Arena.
Is that
Rosemont Horizon and the Allstate Arena is the same thing.
Wow, you're right. It is the Allstate Arena.
Mm-hmm. Look at it. Listen to this.
What? You're talking to someone that's from the Chicago area saying, I'm right?
Listen to this. Row one and two tickets is $476 a piece.
For NXT?
Yeah. That's what I said.
For that?
Yeah, the cheap seats are in the balcony.
But actually, that's pretty. But still, that's pretty big. That's pretty good for NXT. Starting to do road shows instead of just one local spot all the time. You had to go to Florida every time to see it.
And dude, which is crazy. Row K is the closest you can get in 209. I'm sorry, in row one. Let's see, 113. Row O. I'm sorry, row J. Row J is $55. Row J is $55. And then over here at 116. Get that off of there. Row 16. The highest one is K for $50.
Mm-hmm.
But at 109, which is over here on the other side. Let's see what over here. We're looking at road J H H. Yeah, H. You're looking at $58, which ain't bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, I go on myself. All right. Well, I'll see. I don't know,
but if you want some good tickets, row 7 is $100 on the floor.
Yeah, but like I said, shoot, I think WCW had more shows than fucking WWE and WWF back in the day in Chicago. Because every time WCW came to Chicago, it was always at the United Center.
Yeah,
they came like about a lot actually. They came a lot, and they packed that place. It was sold out. But AEW is Wintrust Arena. That was the other arena I was trying to think of. That's where they had the New Japan show. I know AEW had a couple shows there, and I know they're coming to the Wintrust for Thanksgiving. Ooh. Yes, that's right. They're coming for Thanksgiving. They're going to do Dynamite Live. Then they're going to take Collision.
Damn. So they're going to be in Chicago.
Yeah, they're going to be in Chicago for Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving.
Hell yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Tickets just went on sale for that too, and I've been there, and that's a pretty good arena. That's why I said when New Japan came there, when Moxley won the title? When they came there, that's what I was saying is like, I'm like looking at the production. I'm like, damn, man, this looks like a bad indie show. I'm like, I mean, I know that's the style of New Japan, but shit, I mean, this is America. We want the grand stage. We want the Titantrons, a little bit of fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what New Japan focuses on. They don't care about the pyros. They just want to. They treat it as a sport.
But yeah, but at the same time, man, when you come to Chicago, like, you better play more.
But it was a good show. Don't get me wrong. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Stardom does the same thing as well. A lot of Japan wrestlers, so they treat it like a sport, and they still do have storylines though and everything. And to me, I don't really care about the pyrotechnics, the overproductive things. I just care about what's going on in the ring. I mean, the pyro stuff and the okay,
but like I said, it's like in Japan, okay, they really don't care. But when you come in. You coming in with American attitudes is like, impress me.
Well, Ring of Honor never really gave a fuck about all that flashy shit either.
Exactly. Ring of Honor was the same way.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm getting to the point. What was I talking about? Like, well, yeah, like how WWE, like I said, WWE has not really touched the Chicago arenas in a very inside Chicago itself a long time.
Well, I think they will now since CM Punk's part of the program again.
I still think just give it time, but I don't know. Like, I don't know.
He's lasting almost a year, man. I might have to eat my words. But I believe before now in November he's gonna do something. I don't know what it is.
Let's see how long he lasts in the Hell in a Cell with Drew.
Well, he did last 2 years in AEW before shit hit the fan.
I mean, he wrestled against Satoshi Kojima at Forbidden Door last year. That was a pretty good match.
Well, no, if I'm correct, he lasted one whole year without getting in any fights, didn't he?
Yeah, then last year's were
2022 and 2023 is when he hit the fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So give him to 2025, dude, and see what happens.
I mean, hell, he did Collision.
Well, that's the reason they got Collision was because of CM Punk.
Yeah, to do a separate show for like the guests for the troublemakers and everything, but and that's when all the shit with what was it fucking Perry.
Jack Perry, yeah.
But then Christopher Daniels was even banned. And he's has talent like.
Well, he was one of the ones that broke up all the brawl out situation. It was him. He got suspended, and 3 other people they didn't name got suspended, which I'm thinking is security guards. And then not Colt Cabana, but the dude that slapped CM Punk in the face. What was his name? Shit.
It was a security guard.
No. He was in CM Punk's room, and him and his wife at the time. What is that dude's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. He's in TNA right now.
Oh, CM Punk's buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
The heavy metal. What's his name? He was part of SCU, wasn't he?
No. He was.
Well, Christopher Daniels was part of that.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels was, yes, but
he was in the room. So.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. The other guy is Ace Steel.
Ace Steel, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, the one that bit Kenny Omega.
Omega.
Yeah.
That guy, I would not. No wonder TNA. Yeah.
Well, they're saying Josh Alexander might be leaving and going to WWE.
Of course, like.
There's a lot of people going to be leaving TNA soon. What was your name?
I'm telling you, WWE is going to buy out TNA.
I've been thinking the same thing too.
Buy out TNA.
Well, people are saying that this is never going to end. Like this whole partnership isn't going to end, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think it will end.
It's like it's
going to end. It's going to end.
People are going to be pissed because they're like,
and something's going to end, and they're going to buy them.
You got guys there that are like bitter WWE employees. As like, I don't want to. It's like if they buy it, it's like that's it. I'm done. And it's like I'm surprised they haven't walked already. Like Brian Myers, he ain't gonna go back. Nick Namath, he ain't gonna go back.
Josh, look who walked already. If they look who Mustafa Ali walked already.
Yeah.
Walk back into WWE or what?
No, he left TNA because of WWE. He even dropped his X Division title because of it.
Yeah, that's what I said. But
He
that's
left
what
a resignation note and posted on Twitter and Instagram.
And hell, he's doing a lot better down in Indy. He's going to be like the next Matt Cardona.
Yeah, he's been doing shows with New Japan and GCW now.
Well, yeah, I was at the last GCW event. So
and I thought that match between him and Takahashi of New Japan Pro Wrestling, they were putting on bangers, even though it was supposedly a small venue.
Mm-hmm.
The match was just amazing.
And the closest you can get at Bound for Glory right now is Road 5.
Bound for Glory.
Yeah, in Michigan. And those tickets are going for $75 at Fifth Row.
That's not a bad deal. What do you guys think about what's going on with what's with all these stalkers wrestlers are getting? It's creepy, man.
This has been getting for years. You got to be a little bit more specific, man.
Oh yeah, Rob Van Dam and his wife is being stalked lately.
Well, I mean, RVD was also at SmackDown recently too,
with his very voluptuous wife. Very, very voluptuous.
And so was Vicky Guerrero and Teddy Long. And a lot
of Vicky. WWE got a little bit of heat because of Vicky.
Yeah, the situation between her and her daughter. Yeah,
that was just unfortunate.
I don't know how I feel about that whole scenario, man.
Wait. Okay, you're gonna have to fill me in with that.
Well, apparently, Vicky Guerrero, she moved on, she remarried, and Vicky's daughter had a step. I mean, Eddie's daughter has a stepdad. And apparently, Vicky's new husband, S8'd her.
Oh.
Numerous times, and Vicky knew about it and didn't do anything about it.
Jack and shit, and Jack left town.
Yeah, and every time she mentioned it to her mom, she's like, she's overreacting. It wasn't like that. It was just a joke, ha ha, this, that, and the other, and basically making light of the situation. Chavo Guerrero stepped in, and he siding with I think her name is Shale Guerrero, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chavo siding with the daughter and over Vicky because he said that Vicky was acting kind of funny whenever he was in AEW with her. Whenever he mentioned it, she just brushed him off and told him to mind his own business, stay out of her family affairs. So yeah,
His last name is Guerrero. That is his family. His family.
Wait, wasn't she trying to become a wrestler? If I remember right,
she did, and then she quit because she said she wasn't into it no more.
Okay, well, that's probably the reason why.
Yeah, I forget her.
Getting injured.
I think she got injured twice in NXT.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, her name is Shaw Guerrero.
Well, there you go. That's what happens. That's usually it. It's NXT. What do you expect? His performance there sucks.
Yeah, and she was born in 1990 in El Paso, Texas. Her parents are Eddie and Vicky. Her husband is Matthew Raywalt. No way. Aiden fucking English is her husband? That's awesome. I love Aiden English.
Wait, currently?
Yeah, that's her husband.
And that's the one that
Shaw Guerrero
touched
No. That's who Shaw's married to. That's who Eddie and Vicky's daughter is married to.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised she ain't doing more. Aiden English? Really?
Yeah, that's who she married. She married him.
Isn't he like a wrestler?
Yeah, he's a commentator.
He's a commentator now.
Yeah, Matthew Raywell is a commentator for TNA. Sure is.
Anyways, what do you guys want to do a match before we leave? It's almost midnight, guys.
I don't think we should. I think we should wait. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't care. It's up to y'all.
I think we'll do one next week for sure. We'll watch one. That way we can pick
last week.
Yeah, okay, because we'll pick a good one.
Josh, we said that last week.
Dude, it's 11:50, Phil. 11:50. And you sent me
fine.
What did you send me, Phil? What did you send me? Let's see what you sent me. You sent me
Oscar singing. We can show that clip.
No,
okay, we'll sing that. We'll watch that.
It's only a few minutes.
No.
Come on.
No, I got an idea. It's something I want y'all to see.
The views of Mike do not reflect the views of Phil and Josh.
I don't know. I'm debating on this one.
It's actually pretty good, actually. Y'all love it.
Is it quick?
Yeah.
Something quick.
I'm sorry, but is it better than Oscar singing?
No.
Then has it got subtitles?
No.
Otherwise, I don't want to know. Yeah, I want to see more videos of her boobage and everything.
It was basically a Super Mario match. I can't even find it.
I know which match you're talking about.
With all the sound effects and everything.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to find. Actually,
I saw it on my Facebook feed and I was dying laughing. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But fuck it. But it is a thing.
So,
but anyway,
what else happened in wrestling, man? So, did anybody watch Collision and what anything happened in Collision that was in?
Well, the Grizzled, like I said, the Grizzled Young Veterans attacked, pretty much attacked FTR after losing to them.
Yeah.
Okay, then the only thing on Raw that kept me interested was, well, actually, like I said, I didn't watch Raw. I saw a clip of like the Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman match, and I was like, that was good. I was entertained. It's not a ring collapsing, but like, damn, I can't believe that happened. And lawn darting a fan.
Sounds pretty
Quotation.
awesome, actually. Sounds pretty awesome.
I know that they had a big ass cage match on Friday with SmackDown.
Yeah.
But then again, the cage matches in WWE is not the same. It's not the same.
I don't like the idea. I mean, the idea is supposed to be you're trapped in the cage, not escape.
That's always been a thing with WWE. Escape the
Not,
cage,
not with any other pro wrestling.
pin, submission, or escape the cage. That's how
No, not other companies though. It was a pin or submission. No way out.
or how AEW did it, or get knocked out.
Or it was the same way in WCW. No escape from the cage.
No, their cage matches is like lucky the wrestlers didn't have a heart attack and die in the cage because it's so damn old.
No, I'm talking about
the worst cage match. Cage match WCW ever did was Hogan and Piper. Like, god dang, I was like, somebody's gonna fucking die in this guy.
That one I'm talking about, like before, during the territorial days. The cage match was no one escaped. You're supposed to stay in the cage and fight each other.
You're talking about like the Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair match?
Yes, or the Hogan and I'm talking about the Hogan and Ric Flair match, barbed wire on the top, uncensored 1999. That was a pretty good match.
Yeah, but nobody actually really climbed the cage.
Well, because of the fucking barbed wire, and Hogan tried to, and Ric Flair did, and they ended up getting all bloodied and shit. It felt like a real fight too, and I liked how Flair used Charles Robinson to screw Hogan over.
Wait, hold on a minute. What
pay-per-view? Hold on.
What pay-per-view is this?
Uncensored 1999.
Okay. Continue.
You're looking it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it was basically Hogan turned face for the first time in almost 3 years. And Flair turned heel.
But like I said, the worst cage match I saw was Piper and Hogan in WCW, and it was like age in a cage, man. I was like, it was horrible to watch.
And Hogan was back.
That Macho Man interfered. I'm like, oh my god, another guy's gonna fucking die of a heart attack.
You know, I know how Hogan turned face when Hogan started doing the hulking up thing. You know, at Hollywood Hogan was doing the hulking up thing. He's like, you, where he pointed at him, and Flair was getting all scared. It was like Hollywood Hulk Hogan in a ways. He was still wearing the black and white and everything, and in the red. And that was during the. It was a shame too. That was like 2 months after the finger poke of doom.
But really killed WCW right there.
I watched that I was 12 years old in that, and I was going like, "What the hell?" I was confused because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then Goldberg came out, like jumping around, and I'm just.
Yeah, that was one of the moments that killed it. The other one was
I was trolled that
like
night.
Jeff Jarrett. What was it? Jeff Jarrett and Hogan, and Jeff Jarrett just laid down and let Hogan pin him because he didn't like the way it was supposed to go or something like that.
Oh, here's another thing I didn't. Oh, here's another one. Halloween Havoc 1999, Sting versus Hogan. Hogan just laid down and let Sting pin him.
Yeah. I just read the whole main event. That is some bullshit.
What?
All right. The main event was a barbed wire steel cage first blood match for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
It wasn't a first blood. They still bled, though.
Prior to the match, Flair agreed that should Hogan win, Flair would retire. However, if Flair would win, he would be named WCW president for life. Ric Flair ultimately pinned Hollywood Hogan while an unconscious Hogan was in the figure 4 leg lock. David Flair and Torrie Wilson came to the ring and attempted to hand Hogan a tire iron. which provoked Arn Anderson to attack David Flair. Flair, who had gained control of WCW for 90 days on the December 1998 edition of WCW Monday Nitro, ordered referee Charles Robinson to use discretion in stopping the match. As a result, Robinson did not stop the match when Flair bled first, nor would he count for Hogan's own pinfalls. Charles Robinson made a fast 3 count to give the match to Flair.
He basically let Charles Robinson be unbiased.
Yeah. Well, no, not unbiased. It was a very biased match.
He was very biased. That's what I meant. Very biased. Which this is the beginning of Little Nate. Yes.
It was.
Yeah, that's sounds about the right time.
Yeah. That was really cool though, man. I didn't know about the barbed wire match.
That's one thing I did like about it. Like I like how he got Charles Robinson heat. And I still love him. I love Charles Robinson. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him on Instagram. He actually responded to a few of my questions back on Instagram. He's actually a huge movie nerd, and he's a pretty cool dude.
Maybe we should try to get some more interviews eventually. I don't know. I haven't tried in a while.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, I just thought about this. Okay, so tomorrow, Hulk Hogan is coming to town selling his beer. And he's doing a meet and greet. So in order to get his signature, the only way I'll be able to get his signature is if I buy a pack of beer and have him sign the beer.
Brother.
And hopefully get a picture with him.
You getting some brother beer, brother?
I don't care. I was like, I want to meet Hulk Hogan. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
You should bring some. If you had the WCW championship, you know what you should have done. You should bring a can of spray paint.
And get him to spray paint it for you.
Hell yeah! I see this guy on YouTube. This YouTube video of this guy letting Kevin Nash spray paint the big gold belt, NWO style.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, getting an autograph too. That'd be a huge honor. None of that.
This is the thing about it is like I'm kind of skeptical. It's like you get about it is like because I know Hogan is money, and to meet Hogan cost money. So there's because I messaged the company. It's like what is his prices? Is like they announced him that he's gonna be there. And I asked him, what is his prices? I was like, what do I got to do? So all you got to do is buy his beer. You get an autograph and a picture. I'm like, no.
Well, if you think about it, dude, he's still in a lot of hot water, bro. Like, literally.
Yeah, with the politics he's in. But as I was saying, though, I mean,
I don't care. I was like, I'll go meet Hogan. I don't care.
But as I was saying, though, like, getting that belt spray painted by a member of the NWO like Hogan or Nash, that's like phenomenal. Getting autographed and spray painted.
Well, that's like it's like I said, it's like I'm skeptical. Is he charging it? Because what happens when the beer runs out? I mean, come on, they can't. Because people are going to be.
He'll probably bounce. He'll probably bounce after the beer runs out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna find out tomorrow. I'm gonna try it early in the morning. I know a place that has his Funko Pop, and I'm gonna go grab that. See if I go there because I'll buy the beer and get that signed. And if he's charged additional for any additional things, I'm like, I'll see what I can do. But I just hate. I know he's in hot water, but you know what? Damn it, that's still my childhood hero. All right, I don't give a shit.
Warrior was my childhood hero, and he's no longer here. So.
Macho Man, I know I feel you. Macho Man was mine. And Hogan was mine, but I prefer Macho Man more. I don't know, just something about him. So, but he's no longer here either.
Dude, I still have my wrestling buddy, Warrior wrestling buddy.
No, I don't get that.
Does he? Shit.
The hell is that Hogan?
No, it's Tito Santana.
He does the flying. What is it called? The flying burrito.
No, that was the shit that Bobby Heenan used to say.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
look at him, he's gonna go for the flying burrito. I'm like, it's a
will
flying
you
elbow.
stop?
You stop.
That's what Gorilla Monsoon said. He's like,
always.
there was this one time where Bobby the Brain Heenan, it was on their pro wrestling TV show where Bobby the Brain Heenan decided to stalk Gorilla Monsoon while on his vacation.
Dude, and believe it or not, man, those guys were best of friends no matter what.
It was just slapstick comedy when those two guys got together.
Yeah.
And you add the body to them, it was just a masterpiece, dude. It was a 3-piece.
And Mean Gene.
Oh, dude, Mean Gene's a classic.
He was trying to break them up because he was friends with them. Come on, Gene, let me like.
No. You go sit over there, and you go over there, and y'all mind your business. And he was always like the enforcer of them too. It was great.
You two go step in the corner and think about what you've done.
And then Jimmy Hart was always an instigator between them. Dude, that's what was cool about managers back in the day, man. You had instigators, you had peacekeepers, and you had the crazy.
That's what we need nowadays, man. We need managers.
Well, AEW was managers. Smart Mark Sterling.
No, but he barely shows up. No, it's like that's what we need more of a person. We need a manager. We need managers more.
Well, I do like what's his name, Stokely Hathaway. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like Stokely. He's hilarious.
Stokely Hathaway's good. Prince Nana's good.
Go with your fun.
Actually, Prince Nana is more of a hype man. I don't see he's technically he's a manager, but is more of a hype man.
He was a wrestler.
When I'm talking about manager, I'm talking about like someone who like Bobby Heenan getting there is like talking for the wrestlers and getting in people's faces and starting shit.
You know Prince
Minister.
You know Prince.
Like honestly, I know we don't like to throw the name around, but Cornette's a prime example. He was a great manager and know how to do promos and everything for his wrestlers and all that.
Paul Heyman was a great manager. Now he's just an advocate.
Yeah.
Like I said, Prince Nana was a wrestler.
Yeah.
I kept trying to say you guys kept.
Prince Nana wasn't a bad wrestler either, man. I mean, after he got hurt in the ring and he quit wrestling, he became manager to all the guys he wrestled with, like Jimmy Rave and Jay Lethal and Swerve and a lot of the CZW guys, man. A lot of them. Mm-hmm. A lot of CZW guys.
Like Teddy Long. Teddy Long was a manager, man.
He was also a referee.
Yeah.
I remember him during the Attitude Era he was.
Mm-hmm.
In WWF, yeah. I rember that.
He was also a referee in WCW too.
You know what's crazy? Jim Cornette.
Didn't he manage New Jack and him?
No, he managed
referees. Jim Cornette was actually complaining about that spot that Darby Out, that those two spots that happened at All Out. Jim Cornette was the one who complained about the chair shot that Jack Perry got during Blood and Guts. He's saying that the chairs cannot be gimmicked. And he got trolled by a bunch of
honestly, it's like, man, was it a disturbing spot? Yes. But was it done right? Yes.
Let's think about AEW. They do things disturbing, but they do it safe wise. They're professionals.
I mean, they learned their lesson from fucking Cody Rhodes when he split his head open, you know?
Well, that was the hard way. He jumped out of the ring and he landed, dude. He landed fucked up.
And also, let's remember that time when he decided to suplex Andrade through that flaming table. His body was burnt and everything, man.
Or whenever Edge did it, broke
his fucking leg during that cage match.
Well, no, he tried to spine buster or power bomb Nick Wayne through that table, and he bounced off the table, and he was like, fuck it.
He sold it.
Yeah.
He tried to turn chicken shit into a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, fuck it. And then roll in the ring and beat the shit out of Christian. But no, man. I think we should call it here. I mean, it's after midnight. I'm tired.
I'm tired too. I want to go watch some horror movies.
Yeah. Have y'all watched Beetlejuice yet?
Yep.
That movie was great.
It's great.
I watched it for free with ads and fell asleep because I don't like watching a movie with ads.
Oh, bootleg ads? I'm like, going to them movies, aren't you?
The views of Mike do not reflect the views of Phil and Josh.
Shit, Josh don't pay for pay-per-views.
Man, shit. But no, I actually went to the movie. I actually went to the movie theater seeing Beetlejuice. I actually picked up the popcorn tin.
The Necronomicon?
Or
the hamburger recently deceased.
Yeah.
I mean deceased.
Deceased.
Yes, I made a joke that Alec Baldwin did in the first one.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that set up in my my satanic shitter to have down in the basement. One of these days, once I get it all set up just right, I'm gonna start taking pictures of it.
You know what a fellow Oscar's doing? She has her own. She's building her own arcade. You heard about that?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, what I took my idea from, what I took my idea from is Dimebag Darrell. He has a bathroom in his house called the Satanic Shitter, and if you go into my bathroom in my basement, I swear it looks like something from the setup from Friday the 13th.
Nice.
It looks like one of them cabin
bathrooms.
Yeah, cabin bathrooms. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put every horror thing I could think of in this goddamn bathroom.
You know what Phil Anselmo calls his little practice room in New Orleans? Calls it Nosferatu's lair.
Nosferatu, yeah. Well, that's the reason. The reason why they call it that because when he was doing dope and everything, he was always nodding off all the time. So that's what. So Nosferatu, they call it Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosferatu.
Obviously, you don't do that shit no more, but you know.
You know, Trent Reznor owns, from what I understand, Trent Reznor owns a mausoleum down there in New Orleans.
Dude, I've actually went on YouTube and watched a lot of videos of abandoned mausoleums. That was some creepy fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
A lot of apparently the bodies were like spewing and everything. They were like rancid as fuck. There was even like they didn't show it, but there was some bodies probably blow that sort of a weird smell they were describing and like fuck.
But that's
let's call it a night, fellas.
I have one idea though for you gentlemen. See if y'all want to do it for around. I call it Christmas. Everybody else calls it Halloween. 10 spookiest. Huh? 10 spookiest matches.
Why not?
Matches?
10 spookiest matches.
Ooh, you're gonna have to have me do some research on that one. We'll get that ready for Halloween.
All right, we'll come up with some ideas, but let's say Mike.
Y'all like it? Y'all like the idea?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're doing life right, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. But if you're not listening to Ringside Rants,
what are you doing, Phil? What are you doing? What are you doing, Phil?
I'm waiting for you to say the line, so I said it for you.
You don't do that. I'm the Rock when it comes to this shit. You're getting muted, Phil. For that, you're getting muted.
Lies.
Nope. Say it again.
Oh, you're live.
You're live. You're unmuted. I unmuted you. But again, if you are not listening to Ringside Rants, you're
doing life wrong.
You fucking right. You are fucking right. And we're not just food to eat, man. We're not just food to talk about. We're also
food for years, baby.
Fucking right, man. Listen to us. Drink us in. Smell the aroma of awesomeness. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, till next week, you're listening to the Rant Pack at Ringside Rants, and we bid you adieu.
Get your W. W.GG.
Oh, yeah. Also do W and stuff.
And also.